says we're connected.
Okay, let me go check it real quick.
Oh, you're fine, Nikki. I'm just gonna get myself straightened out here so I can.
How are you? Sorry about my fast fingers there. As soon as I sent it, I saw it. And I was like, gosh.
Oh, look at that, you even got me something. You are the best.
I know.
All right, let me look at this.
You planning on us being here for a while?
Right.
Taking care of you. John, is that your coat that's in my office? Okay, somebody left the coat from this afternoon. I don't know if it was Brendan or it was
Oh, thank
Tom Jordan. Somebody said there's a coat in there.
Thank you.
It's not the kind of coat I would wear.
Still
Might be
can't,
our Mr. Jordan. He's,
still can't believe how bright it is in here.
Yeah, it's a big difference.
too bad it wasn't that way outside, right?
Yeah, I know. I'm
This
serious,
was
like,
on, this is over here.
we need
Oh, that
beige
was for Miss-
paper.
Anybody else?
Councilman
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Anybody else? No?
No, we're just waiting for John. Is he coming?
Yeah.
Okay. And, let's see what we got here.
the police department recorded?
Yeah, I already took care of that. John, we're all good. And our live stream's going well. Okay. Everybody ready? Okay. Good evening. I'd like to welcome everybody to the regular council meeting of the Village of Walton Hills of Tuesday, April 15th, 2025 at 7:07 p.m. Next order of business is the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everybody. I'd like to take a moment of silence to remember a few of our residents who have passed away recently. James Lalonde and Joseph Burnett. Thank you, everybody.
Mayor Colgraf,
Yes.
there was also Mrs. Mossberger
Okay.
of McClellan.
And also, let's take another moment of silence for Mrs.
Berger.
Mossberger. Please pray for them. Thank you. Okay. Roll call, please.
Councilman Nielsen?
Here.
Councilwoman Kanzoni?
Here.
Councilwoman Allen?
Here.
Councilman Spitznagel.
Here.
Councilman Whedon?
Present.
All council present, along with our fiscal officer Nicole Sell, our law director John Montello, our building and zoning inspector Rob Kalman, and our village engineer Joe Gelati. And we do have a resident in the audience. I'd like to welcome any resident or non-resident that's watching the live stream. Okay, we have item 5. Some motions to approve some council meeting and committee meetings of the whole.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Councilman Allen.
I'd like to make one adjustment on the meeting minutes. Nicole, that would be from April 8th on page 2. It said, second paragraph down, the chief felt it would be a good time to apply for the loan. It's a grant. So with that correction, I would like to make a motion to approve all 4 regular council meeting minutes of March 18th, the committee of the whole of April 1st, special council meeting of April 1st, and the committee of the whole of April 8th.
Is there a second?
Second?
Go,
Yeah, I would have to, I was not here for April 8th, so we can't take all of them, because can't vote on April 8th.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion to accept all of the minutes from March 18th, April 1st, and committee of the whole and council meeting of April 1st.
Second.
second by Councilman Whedon. Vote on the motion.
Councilman Nielsen?
Yes.
Councilwoman Kanzoni?
Yes.
Councilwoman Allen?
Yes.
Councilman Spitznagel.
Yes.
Councilman Whedon?
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor, with the noted change on the April 8th committee of the whole meeting minutes, I would like to make a motion to accept.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, vote on the motion.
Councilman Nielsen?
Yes.
Councilwoman Kanzoni?
Yes.
Councilwoman Allen?
Yes.
Councilman Spitznagel.
Yes.
Councilman Whedon?
Abstain.
Okay, thank you, everybody. Regular council meeting minutes of 3/18/2025 passed, committee of the whole minutes for 4/1/25 passed, and special council meeting minutes 4/1/25 passed, and committee of the whole minutes 4/8/2025 passed. Okay. Any persons having business before council? We have the mayor's report. Right. The mayor's court revenue for the month of March 2025. The Walton Hills Police Department issued 88 citations in the month of March. The predominant violation was speed with 33 citations issued, followed by 17 citations issued for expired plates, 8 citations issued for driving under suspension. We had 2 arrests for driving while under the influence of alcohol and drugs. Okay. And we have the mayor's monthly court report for March. For the month of March, the total revenue was $19,448.50. Year to date was $57,403.18. Last year, year to date, was $70,130. Any council comments at this time? Oh, I missed something. Did I ask, any persons having business? I did ask that before council. And with that said, you can, if there's a question between the legislation, we always welcome anybody to speak at any time. Any council comments at this time? Okay. We invited Mr. Kalman, our street commissioner, zoning inspector, building inspector, and also our engineer, Joe Gelati, to be here tonight. I'm just going to read the memo from our village engineer, and then and this is related to legislation on there, and for the grant, and just kind of give you a little background why it's an emergency, and you have the pictures in front of you. And that's why I wanted Joe and Rob to be here, because they can probably answer a lot of the questions better than me, because they probably went through the big holes there and see what's going on there and did some inspections. But this is the memo to me from our village engineer, Joe Gelati, dated 4/11/25. It's the Dunham Road slope repair. Recently, a small portion of the slope along Dunham Road settled, thus leaving a void near the roadway. This is located on the southeast side of the road, halfway between Tinkers Creek Road and our service garage. And our engineer did attach a map to show that. This void has exposed a portion of the footer of the retaining wall, and that's also an attachment. Immediate action is needed to stop any further settlement and to prevent any potential damage to the pavement at this location. And as you know, we just replaced that in the last few years. This corrective action will consist of installing drain tiles at this location to drain any potential groundwater and to completely fill the void with high-density polyurethane grout. Did I say that, Joe?
You did, yes.
The estimated cost of repair is $74,000. We have contacted Ohio Public Works Commission, OPWC, regarding their emergency funding program. OPWC has awarded a grant to the village for 75% of the cost, that being $55,650. See attached letter. We did receive a letter from them. The village share, which is also attached, you have that in your packet too. The village share will be 25%, that being $18,550. Due to the nature of the emergency funding program, and that's what this grant is, it's part of an emergency funding program. So you just can't, we have an emergency here. The grant has already been awarded. OPWC requires that for record purposes, a traditional application be submitted as soon as possible. That application includes standard legislation authorizing the mayor to make this application. I recommend this legislation be passed at the council meeting of 4/15/25. This would require suspension of the rules, and that it be passed under emergency so that traditional application can be submitted immediately. We will then work to secure the proposals for this repair work and complete the repair as soon as possible. I know when they brought it to us, and didn't have a lot of time, Joe and Rob said, let's submit this application for these emergency funds. With them being on top of that, we were granted it in a very quick fashion, and that's why it's considered emergency. And I think we were very pleased with the response so quickly and with the amount. That was going to be an appropriation we probably would have had to do and pay the whole thing, because we don't have a choice once we found out the extent of the erosion. So I'm here to ask council, along with our engineer and our building and zoning inspector, for you guys to approve this. And we'll probably have to have an appropriation, or if we move it, we don't have a choice. Without this repair, not doing this repair will probably cost us more down the road. So I asked Joe and Mr. Kalman to be here, Joe and Rob to be here. If there's any questions, they're here to answer them. Joe, would you like to kind of just explain how it just kind of moves so fast and why we're here?
Yeah, I can speak to it for a minute. So,
Yeah, and if anybody has any questions for Joe or Rob, they're both versed on what's going on.
Yeah, so everyone has my memo here, so I won't go through the details again. The mayor's already read it into the record for us, but, I guess we're here tonight, or I come to council tonight, well, with a problem, but also with a solution and a way to pay for it. So that's kind of what we do as engineers, right? So you got all the information in front of you. I think we need to act right away, quite honestly. The money's really already been awarded, but OPWC does require us to follow through with the traditional paperwork, the traditional application paperwork, I guess we'll call it, for the record, so it can be on file with OPWC, and so we can actually receive the $55,000 they've already awarded us. And so really our only ask of council here tonight is to pass the legislation tonight, so that we can provide the formal application potentially as soon as tomorrow to OPWC. So I think that would require, John, I don't want to step on your toes, but it would require suspending the rules and passing it on emergency, so, which we usually don't ask for, but in this particular case we do. So,
Mr. Mayor,
Yeah, go ahead.
just a quick question. Do you have somebody picked already to do this job?
Nope,
Or do we have to bid it?
We have not, but we plan to do that, begin that process again as early as tomorrow, so.
Can that, do you need our approval then once it's, once you, I
Oh,
mean,
we may,
okay, that's,
Yeah.
okay.
yeah. If we do, we'll come back to this body, certainly, so,
Because we don't meet for 3 weeks, so.
yeah.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you. Mr. Gelati, has the rest of that hill been surveyed for possible,
Mhm.
the same situation?
Yeah, this is the only spot.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, go ahead.
this isn't your typical normal road repair,
Mhm.
so you're not, is it a typical normal bid that goes out to just any paving company, concrete company? I mean, this looks like it's really a little more serious underneath.
Yeah, it is, so, we'd be looking for a contractor that has some experience or some expertise in this area, If somebody provides us a bid who's never done this type of work before, well, we probably wouldn't consider their bid, quite honestly. Part of the process, part of the reference check process, so.
Yeah, because
Good question, though.
I mean, whatever caused it to happen
Mhm.
could just happen again in 2 years.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just any old contractor, so to speak, probably wouldn't be considered.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor?
Yeah, go ahead.
One more question.
Mhm.
What do you think caused this?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I think it's just a little bit of gravity, quite honestly. A little bit of groundwater, which is, why we're gonna put some under drain in there, so we don't trap any groundwater in there and actually make the situation worse. So I think those are really the two issues or reasons why, and a little bit of history, and some of you may know, in this area, Button Road, you know where Button Road is, of course, and before any of our times, it used to extend up into Bedford. Up the hill was a windy road and connected to the Button Road in Bedford, and, back in the, I don't know, 1920s or whenever, the county engineer at that point, because we weren't a village yet, struggled with that road to the point where they eventually closed it. Now, that's not gonna happen here. I don't have a concern about that, but my
So you
point
put
is.
that in there, Joe.
Yeah, but my point is, it's on the side of the hill, it used to be called Snake Hill, so, this
Is it
can
possible
happen.
that it's from the excessive traffic that has to go that direction with Alexander being so closed down?
No, I don't think that has anything to do with it. I don't think so.
Mr. Mayor?
Yeah, go ahead.
First of all, Joe and Rob, thank you very much for discovering this and securing these funds as quickly
Yep.
as you did. We deeply appreciate it.
Happy to do it.
But the only question I have is, how did we find this?
Well,
So, interestingly enough, the director for Bedford Reservation, her office is at the bottom of the hill. And she called me one morning and said, you gotta check this out. So,
Yeah.
when I went down to her office, you could only see it from there. Of course, you can't walk that hill. So we hopped the guardrail and slithered down there and we saw it.
Yeah.
Took some pictures,
Mhm.
got them to Joe. Joe had his team go out and do full investigation on it. Then we checked if it was, if something was wrong with the water, like our drainage system, because it's
Oh, yeah.
more likely than not, it is, it's erosion, it's by moisture and water. We did everything we could.
Yeah, our storm sewer system is in perfect working condition. We don't have a broken pipe. We're not leaking water out of the bottom of the road,
But
nothing
yeah,
like
it was
that.
Miss,
Good point.
Amanda Creaky from Bedford Reservation
Yeah.
that contacted me.
Well, again, thank you guys for being so thorough
You're welcome.
and finding funds for it
Mhm.
also.
Absolutely.
Mr. Mayor, one more
Yes.
thing. Thank you. Tell us that that road is safe to traverse.
Oh, yeah.
Right now, it does not need to be closed,
No.
correct?
No.
Okay.
When you look at the picture, and you can, because it is, I guess, like they say, what a picture's worth 1,000 words. This picture's say a lot. You know, it's not
Pretty
like we gotta
graphic.
look to see where the problem is, you know? I don't have to be in your capacity to see it. Okay. Well, since we're thanking, we'll thank the Ohio Public Works Commission for working with us well.
Mhm.
And Linda has, sent myself a letter telling us the process and mentioning the work, so I want to thank them too. And we'll be a good steward with their
As
funds like we
always.
always are.
As always.
So we appreciate that.
Mhm.
Any other questions for Joe or Rob?
Just want, let me make,
Yeah, go
just
ahead.
want to thank them for the fine work, that's all. And the Bedford Metro Parks
Yeah.
Yeah.
alert.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Oh,
Yeah,
we're
guys,
lucky
we
nothing
just
happened.
put a lot of money
Might have
into
taken
that.
another 2 years to
It's a
find
big
it.
project and a very successful project, so we want to keep the health of it well. So Joe, I would ask council to pass it under
Oh, absolutely.
emergency. And at that time, then we just need to execute the legislation.
I can take it
get
from
over
there,
to you,
yeah.
and we'll go from there.
Yep,
Okay.
absolutely.
Does, anybody in the audience have any questions for this piece of legislation, or anybody watching in the live stream? Okay, no questions for Joe or Rob, you're more than welcome to stay. I
He's
think,
standing up, that's my cue, so.
I think before Rob, are we good on the rock salt? We know that's just to enter the consortium, no
Yeah.
questions on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Happy Easter, man.
Yes, happy Easter.
Happy Easter. Thank you.
Appreciate it, everybody, thank you.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
Rob.
Thanks for being here, guys.
Of course.
Okay. Okay, well, we'll continue to go through the legislation. Are we comfortable enough just to go through the legislation, or do you think we need discussion on anything besides what we just talked about? Are we ready to go through the legislation and vote?
Yeah.
Vote on it?
Yep.
Okay, just to let the audience and the residents know, the items that are on here, we have talked about in our previous COW meetings. The only item that was, of course, new to it was the OPWC grant. That's why we wanted to, because it's emergency, we wanted to discuss it, and everybody understands it. Okay. So, we have the legislation with item A, and that's a resolution 2025-10, the Walton Hills Lake Club agreement. Who would like to introduce that for suspension?
Mr. Mayor?
Councilwoman Allen.
I would like to introduce for suspension resolution number 2025-10, a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with the Walton Hills Club Company and Ohio Corporation DBA Walton Hills Lake for the provision of recreation services for the benefit of the residents of the village throughout the remainder of the calendar year 2025 and declaring an emergency.
Is there a second?
Second?
Second by Councilman Nielsen. Vote on the suspension.
Councilman Nielsen?
Yes.
Councilwoman Kanzoni?
Yes.
Councilwoman Allen?
Yes.
Councilman Spitznagel.
Yes.
Councilman Whedon?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, everybody. Suspension passed.
Mr. Mayor, I would like to ask for adoption of resolution 2025-10.
Is there a second by Councilman Nielsen? Vote on the adoption.
Councilman Nielsen?
Yes.
Councilwoman Kanzoni?
Yes.
Councilwoman Allen?
Yes.
Councilman Spitznagel.
Yes.
Councilman Whedon?
Yes.
Okay, resolution passed. Thank you, everybody. We have item B, resolution 2025-12, the Ohio Department of Transportation contract for rock salt.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to introduce for suspension resolution number 2025-12, a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with the Ohio Department of Transportation, Office of Contracts, purchasing services for participation in the Ohio Department of Transportation's contract for rock salt and declaring an emergency.
Second. Wait,
Second,
wait.
right?
Mhm.
Second by Councilman Whedon. Vote on the suspension.
Councilman Nielsen?
Yes.
Councilwoman Kanzoni?
Yes.
Councilwoman Allen?
Yes.
Councilman Spitznagel.
Yes.
Councilman Whedon?
Yes.
Okay, suspension passed.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to ask for adoption for Resolution 2025-12.
Second.
Second by Councilman Whedon. Vote on the adoption.
Councilman Nielsen?
Yes.
Councilwoman Kanzoni?
Yes.
Councilwoman Allen?
Yes.
Councilman Spitznagel.
Yes.
Councilman Whedon?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, everybody. Item B, passed under suspension, thank you. We have item C, Resolution 2025-13, application for federal transit administrative funding.
Mr. Mayor, I guess.
Councilman
I'd
Spitznagel.
like to introduce for suspension a resolution authorizing the mayor to submit an application to the Northeast Ohio Area-Wide Coordinating Agency, NOACA, for Cleveland Urbanized Area Federal Transit Administration, FTA, funding from the Enhanced Mobility of Seniors and Individuals with Disabilities, Section 5310 program, and declaring an emergency.
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Kanzoni. Vote on the suspension.
Councilman Nielsen?
Yes.
Councilwoman Kanzoni?
Yes.
Councilwoman Allen?
Yes.
Councilman Spitznagel.
Yes.
Councilman Whedon?
Yes.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I'd like to ask for adoption of Resolution 2025-13.
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Kanzoni. Vote on the adoption.
Councilman Nielsen?
Yes.
Councilwoman Kanzoni?
Yes.
Councilwoman Allen?
Yes.
Councilman Spitznagel.
Yes.
Councilman Whedon?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, everybody. Item C passed. Did you want to just kind of mention, it says for funding, but just kind of what that, real quick, what that, because it's a grant,
Yes.
and what that's for, just for for our any residents that are listening, because I think it's important. It's put together by quite a few of you, brought to, from the rec committee along with Councilman Kanzoni, worked on just what it's for. It's something that we definitely need, so we hope we get it.
It's, yes, thank you, Mayor. It is a grant for basically a van, a wheelchair accessible van. We put in for $95,000. The van is approximately $49,000. The rest of that money is to outfit it for wheelchair accessibility. We would pay some portion of that.
20%.
20%. So our take on that would be about $19,000 if we were approved for the grant. The grant was just found, actually, Nicole found the grant, saw it in an email or something like that, right? And forwarded it to Councilwoman Kanzoni, who forwarded it on, and a bunch of us worked on it and got it through by the skin of our teeth. And this is one item that has to be sent in. It should be sent in with the grant, but the grant was due last week, and they give us a time period to send it in. So Mr. Montello wrote it up, and we're going to send this in. And there's one other thing we need to submit, is that RTA thing
Right. And we
to
need to
them.
get that.
And it's a letter basically stating that, yes, we do have a route going through the village, but it's inaccessible basically to our seniors and handicapped residents. You can't walk to the bus stop. So hopefully we'll get it.
Thank you, Brian.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Will. Thank you, everybody. 'Cause,
Yeah. Ronnie from the rec department.
Right.
Nikki for finding it.
Yep.
Right. No, it was certainly a collective effort in a very short time.
Mhm.
And sometimes those things don't get accomplished unless everybody's on the same page.
Yep.
I thank everybody for that. It's definitely benefits the village because of this body's quick reaction. Okay, we have item D, Resolution 2025-14.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I would like to introduce for suspension, resolution number 2025-14, A resolution authorizing the mayor to apply to the Ohio Public Works Commission for an emergency grant and/or loan for the funding of capital infrastructure improvement projects in the village of Walton Hills and declaring an emergency.
Second.
Second by Councilman Whedon. Vote on the suspension.
Councilman Nielsen?
Yes.
Councilwoman Kanzoni?
Yes.
Councilwoman Allen?
Yes.
Councilman Spitznagel.
Yes.
Councilman Whedon?
Yes.
Okay, suspension passed.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to ask for adoption of Resolution 2025-14.
Second.
Second by Councilman Whedon. Vote on the adoption.
Councilman Nielsen?
Yes.
Councilwoman Kanzoni?
Yes.
Councilwoman Allen?
Yes.
Councilman Spitznagel.
Yes.
Councilman Whedon?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, everybody. That item D also passed. Okay. We have item 10, which is old and new business. The only new business, just to kind of talk about, we did have another meeting with our team and the team from the Bedford School Board today. Kind of pretty lengthy. And I think we did come to an agreement between the two bodies, but it does need to go to the school board, and then it will come back to this body, which you guys are pretty well versed, and we will get you up to date on the new, what we agreed upon. I think it's a positive for us and the school board, school system, I should say. And so I bring that up. They do have a meeting Thursday, whether or not anything happens, because they are going to have another meeting. Our deadline is, I think, May 19th, isn't it? May 19th. I mention that because we have a couple weeks now until our first meeting, which is May 6th, so we might have an executive session at that time. And at that time, we have the executive session to go over the contract, the agreement, and then legislation to pass it if everybody agrees. And we can talk about whatever we can and look forward to it, which is, it's public. So it's a good thing. And that's the only thing I have at this time for old or new business. I don't know if anybody else has anything else they'd like to add before I ask for adjournment.
Mr. Mayor?
Yeah.
We did have a safety committee meeting prior to this council meeting. We met with Lexipol as much as we tried to be able to do it online. It still happened. It was via phone instead. All of council was there. It would be a $4,800 fee for them to completely submit for this COPS grant, and we could potentially receive up to $125,000. That would be over 3 years. It was during this meeting that we found out, and I believe we all agree that Lexipol should be doing the entire grant, since they would know the correct verbiage and terms to use to get our best outcome. But during the meeting, we also found out that they have a retainer service, and so for essentially what would be $2,700 additional, it would be just a set price of $7,500 for a year to retain their services. They have very specific search parameters to find grants. They would do police grants. They check through federal, state, corporate, and local grants that would be available to us. They do consulting for the entire municipality. We would have a dedicated case manager. They would come in and literally assess all of our needs, our assets, get a strategic session together with what they think they could possibly do in finding grants and writing them for us. And again, that's for $7,500 for 1 year. They prefer to have 2 years, but they said they would consider, just a 1-year service with us. The chief is looking at getting some more information so we could see that. And the committee believes that that would be a good way to go for the village.
Okay, and with that said, because I was in attendance at the meeting too, along with Nikki. So I know she mentioned that the grant should be coming out any day now,
Mhm.
and I thought she said the application process was 6 weeks.
Open for
It's
6
open for
Open
6 weeks,
Okay.
right. And by hopefully the end of the year, we would know, possibly before that.
Okay, so, I guess looking at it, because I think we're all in agreement that it probably, we would like to, even if that grant wasn't successful, we would like to have the option, because of the database they have, and it would probably give us more exposure to maybe grants that meet our needs, that we would like to try. I think in a couple of weeks, we'd still have time, correct? So we would get that additional information that she would provide us, and then we could talk about it in the next COW meeting. We don't need any legislation. We kind of all roundtabled it in the
Safety meeting.
safety meeting. So we look at that information, and if we're all comfortable and they give us a 1 year at the same as what she quoted, then we can move forward. Instead of just doing it now, don't you think everybody comfortable waiting
Yeah.
2 weeks when we actually have something?
Yeah, that's- oh, yeah,
Yes.
what
Okay.
I would like to
Yes.
see, because she did say she would send over all the information
Right.
and stuff to the
Okay.
chief, so as soon as he can get that to the rest of us. It is, just so everybody understands too, and more for the people that are watching, the grant is for new hire police officers. So that money would go towards the salary and the fringe rate and the uniform for the officer or officers, depending on how many officers we would qualify for. It is a federal grant for $388 million to nationwide hire on an additional 3,000 officers.
So I know the safety committee's got a lot in front of them with that, because also with council is, we know we have some retirements coming. There's some things to look at there, because it's additional officers, so but I think we're going in the right direction. So we'll see what we get back in 2 weeks when we come back on May 6th with our COW meeting. I'm sure we'll have information at that time, and we can put it right in the COW meeting. I don't have, Nikki, I don't know, or anybody, we'll look to see what's coming up, but there's, we gotta have something on our meeting agenda, right? So, okay, anything else under old or new business?
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
I just want to make mention for our residents that there is a Bedford City School District State of the Schools meeting on Wednesday, April 23rd at 6 p.m. and it is in the high school auditorium. So they're supposed to be giving their full state of the schools, disclosing their funds, where the money is going. I think it's important for a lot of our residents who have a lot of questions to go.
And with that said, it should be on our website. Mary was going to post it today, so I'm
Thank
not
you.
sure it's either on, usually she does both the website and so I haven't, because of our negotiations, I didn't have an opportunity to look, but she was posting that,
Thank you.
so it should be there. Any other old or new business? Yes, I'm sorry, Jeff, I just looked at you and said,
Jeff Alexander, 7312 Walton Road. I want to get some clarification on the home that's on Conley. What is it, the housing of patients there? Is that called a group home, or what is it listed under? How is it? I know I think it was Mr. Spirigan a few years ago said that
yeah.
basically can't do much about them other than,
I
I have to research that. I knew at the time, because we had so much discussion on it.
Yeah,
Jeff, but that you're, to get your answer, I'll have to, I wish I could have had the opportunity, but Rob's still, that's been a while too.
yeah.
I don't know if he would be able to give you the correct answer.
One of my questions is that,
But we can get, I'll get that for you.
they have as much as 6 or 8 rubbish cans out, Kimball, some no-name cans in their rubbish time. A lot of times there's rubber gloves, medical products strewn across the yard, 3, 4 days at a time. In checking the county records, I don't feel they should enjoy the rubbish costs like we get as residents, and commerce is being performed there. And they're under the same $14 a month as we are, if you look on the county records. And if you have, there's business being done there, they should have a dumpster or be charged more than what the residents are getting. And, I know, they're not untouchable as some of the people in that field say they are. There's things that they should be addressed, I think. And, I don't know, how many are there right now? 2 in the
I'd
village?
have to see what
Yeah.
they have. I couldn't tell you off
Yeah.
the top of that.
I have no problem with the housing, the housing of them, but just some of the things I think they should conform to.
Are there any other things besides the garbage cans? Because you're saying other things they can conform to. Are there any other issues besides? the
Well,
garbage cans?
there's rubber gloves, products like.
Okay, you're including that.
Yeah,
Okay,
strewn
okay,
across the
all right.
yard where, the rubbish man, it's not his job to go pick up rubber gloves. And sometimes the cans are out there till Sunday, Monday morning,
Okay.
or
all right.
one, but it could be brought in,
I gotcha.
so,
Okay,
just,
right, I got you.
okay, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any other questions, or anything for old or new business at this time? Anything from anybody watching the live stream?
No.
Okay, well, I'll ask for adjournment, a motion for adjournment.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion for adjournment of the regular council meeting of April 15th, 2025.
Is there a second?
Second?
Vote on the motion.
Councilman Nielsen?
Yes.
Councilwoman Kanzoni?
Yes.
Councilwoman Allen?
Yes.
Councilman Spitznagel.
Yes.
Councilman Whedon?
Yes.
Okay, meeting adjourned at 7:48 PM. Thank you, everybody. Easter, everybody. Yes, and to all our residents and to council and all the staff and non-residents, have a nice
Happy Easter.
Easter weekend. And a good week ahead of us. Hopefully we'll get some warm weather. It doesn't look too promising in the next 2 weeks, a day here or a day there.
Supposed to snow tomorrow.
I know.
Yeah,
Oh
the next
my.
week is supposed to warm up.
Ridiculous.
Sunday, it's supposed to be a little warm, yeah.
I hate seeing the
That's fine.